The National Democratic Congress on February 22 opened its portals for individuals who are interested in becoming parliamentary candidates on the ticket of the NDC to pick up their nomination forms. The period for the picking up of the nomination forms started from February 22 and is expected to end on February 24. On the Citi newsroom, I'll engage some of these interested persons who are hoping to be parliamentary candidates in the various constituencies.
They've seen what I've done, and there's a certain narrative out there that Adenta constituency is a one-term constituency where everybody does just one term and it's changed. I don't agree with that assertion. It's not entirely correct. When you look at the figures, it doesn't suggest that. NDC hasn't repeated any candidate twice since 2004 when the elections, when the constituency was created. So for 2004 we had a different candidate. For 2008 elections we had a different candidate. For 2012 we had a different candidate. But for the first time, Adenta repeated a candidate twice. NDC repeated a candidate twice between 2016 and 2020, and they saw the dividends of that.
I picked the forms yesterday, and I didn't only pick, I filed accordingly. And my prayer is that things should fall in their places and I will be able to win the primaries. Okay. I'm a first-timer, and first-timer with opposition in parliament. But I didn't use that as an excuse. And I didn't come to add up only to the numbers too. To my own estimation, I performed. And if you could go to my area and ask the people, fair assessment will tell you that I may be hovering around 80% of the score.
One of the reasons why I even contested in the first place is because, and I've said this on your platform, if you recall, that in the 9 constituencies in the southern part of the Volta region, no woman had ever represented the people in parliament. And I thought that was not a good impression we have made of ourselves as women from the southern part of the Volta region. So in 2019, I put myself up to do that, to break that jinx and to make that crack in the ceiling. I was successful, and 2 years down the line, the party has decided that even though it's not yet 4 years, we should contest the elections again. I have started a process, and I need more than the one term to do it. I'm particularly interested in the human capital development of my people.
We all know that the NDC has open nomination, and I have picked a form. Indeed, let me also mention that the form that I picked was paid for by friends who are Dagabes and lobbyists in the Bole Bamboy constituency. And so if today my brothers who for some reasons we've been able to work together, some of them have gotten jobs through our efforts, and some of them are friends. Today they have also mobilized to pay for my filing fee. I can only register my appreciation and to thank them sincerely for this honor done me. Clearly it tells you that we are on the ground and that the people will repose the trust they have in us to continue to represent them in parliament. I want to ask that as they contribute to my success, they contribute to my effort to represent the people, they also work hard on the ground to ensure that His Excellency, the former president's votes will increase, whilst we also retain the seat.
I'd want to appeal to them 2 years down the line. We've been able to do a few things, and I want to assure them that the 2 years that is left, even though we are going for primaries, when given the nod, or even with the 2 years that is left, there's a library project that I'm going to undertake. And so the land is about to be ready. You know, in the city, most of the time we have issues of land. And so the land will be ready soon. And I believe that by the close of this year, we'll get that project started. And there are areas like the La General Hospital where I keep talking about, and I believe something is going to be done about it. And so When they vote for me again, they should be rest assured that as I began with them, we are going to continue to make sure that Dade Kotopon will get to where it has to get to.
Yeah, make strive in terms of intervention in health, in terms of apprenticeship program, in terms of job creation, giving skills training to the people, looking at my people, what work they have been doing in terms of initiative we are putting in place for the canoe, people to own canoe as well as net for fishing in Kita Lagoon. We are talking about schools, educational reforms, and then in terms of renovation of some schools, health facilities, and then this, not by my might, is by His grace, as well as NGOs who are very kind to get the constituency to support us to achieve that within these 2 weeks, so 2 years.
These aspiring parliamentary candidates want the delegates to vote for them to become parliamentary candidates and also move on to become members of parliament within these constituencies on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Philip Latte.